Okay guys, we're here with our next Week to Wicked project, this time a 55 Chevy. We're doing a little different this year. We're starting from something that's completely scratch. Everything's new, including the brand new chassis. And while that may look kind of classic, the parts that go into it are definitely an upgrade from what came in the car in 1955. Danny, why don't you tell us about this front suspension here that I see laid out?
Right, well, so the front suspension has got our high clearance front sway bar. That's relatively new for us. The high clearance bar is designed with the legs of the sway bar are tucked in really tight to the frame. They actually tuck up under the bumper bracket.
Oh, cool. So you don't have a clearance issue below the car?
Yes, and your tires, your really wide front tires, you can steer full steer without hitting the sway bar. It's normally what's going to limit your steering. So along with the high clearance sway bar, we have our totally tubular upper and lower A-arms. And we coupled that up with a Viking coil-over setup.
Okay, so that's to take care of the front suspension. Now the rear, this is something I haven't seen before. Triangulated four-link?
Yes, so you haven't seen it before. Nobody has. This is its debut, the first time we've ever put this together.
Okay.
So coil-over for the rear end, it's double adjustable Viking shock again. We have it's a four-link. They're triangulated, so there's no track bar running across. We did that to give you more room for the exhaust. It is a weld-in kit, so there's some brackets that are going to weld up onto the chassis and onto the rear axle. But it really tucks up really nice. It works well. There's a lot of suspension travel out of this kit.
Well, that's a proven design, the triangulated four-link. And then a rear sway bar, which is one of your newer pieces, has been out before, but I've seen that, but it's still fairly new.
Yeah, so the rear sway bar complements the front high clearance sway bar. It's the rear version of the high clearance sway bar. Again, it's tubular, so it's actually really lightweight. It's very rigid, very stiff, a lot of roll resistance. A lot of people think when it's tubular that it gets weaker, but it also, the tube section got shorter, so it actually got stiffer. So it's a very stiff sway bar, and it looks really nice. It's also adjustable. It's got the 3 positions of adjustment. It's got a notch cut out if you're running a leaf spring. That helps a lot to get the shocks by the leaf springs on these cars. It's a really good package, very clean installation.
Well, all these suspension parts are cool, but we need a chassis to put them on. Kind of looks like a factory chassis, but this is a new chassis that you guys offer, isn't it?
Yes, this is a new chassis from CPP. The idea is that it's going to look a lot like the OE chassis, so it kind of looks like a restoration, but it's been upgraded and modified.
And it's brand new, so there's no rust.
Brand new, exactly. Brand spanking new. It's all welded together. We're putting them together at CPP. They come three ways, basically. You've got the standard leaf spring, outboard leaf spring like a stock rear axle. We can do the pocketed leaf spring where we pull that in so you get more room for a larger rear tire. And in this case, we're doing it with the four-link.
And this one has the bracket, so I guess we're ready to go. So let's go put some parts on this thing.
Let's go do this.
All right.